Hi everyone, I'm Shinjingi and welcome to the third episode of the 19 Devotes in Unity series. In this episode, we are going to create a player, since it will be needed for things like Parallax, Cinemachine, audio and much more. We are going to start by setting up the sprites first, create a folder named characters and inside it create another one named player, and import the images that you'll find in the video description. Once they've been imported, select one of them and change the sprite mode to multiple. Now right click on it and select Show in Explorer. Right click again on the image, go on Properties, Details and check the dimension. Now go back to Unity and select the max size that can contain the image. Click Apply and repeat this process for all the other images. To be able to use each sprite individually, we have to slice them. You can do so by clicking on Sprite Editor, Slice, choose Grid by Cell Size, and write the right size shown in the video for each image. Now it's time to create the player. Go in the hierarchy and create an empty game object and name it Characters. Inside it, create a Sprite 2D and select the idle Sprite Sheet 0 image for it. Change the origin layer so that it will be displayed on top of the environment, and let's add to it a few components. The first one is a rigid body 2D, with linear drag 1.3, collision detection to continuous, and interpolate to interpolate. Last thing to do is to freeze the rotation on the Z-axis. The next component is a capsule collider 2D, and here you don't have to change anything. Go in the Assets folder and create a new one named Animations. Inside it, create another one named Player. Here's where the animator and animations for the player are going to be placed. To be able to create an animation, be sure to click on the game object you wish to animate and in the animation window click on Create. Choose a name for the animation and check the path is correct. Change the samples to 24, which is the sample the sprite sheets were created. If you don't find the samples, click on the three dots of the animation window and select Show Sample Rate. Now go on the sprite sheet the animation refers to and click on the arrow. Click on the first image that appears and scroll down to the last one, and while pressing Shift, click on it and drag them to the animation window. You can see it in action by pressing the play button. Repeat this process for all the other animations. After all animations have been created, we have to set the animator. This part is divided into 3 steps. In the first one, we create the transitions between animations. In the second one, we create the parameters that contain the values of the player at a certain moment. And the third one are the conditions that make use of both transitions and parameters to switch from an animation to another one. The first one is the idle to jump transition. Remove the as-axis time and fix the duration while also setting the transition duration to 0. This will be the same for all the transitions. For the conditions, set grounded to false. For the jump to idle, speed less than 0.1 and grounded to true. Idle to run, speed greater than 0.1. Run to idle, speed less than 0.1. Run to jump, grounded to false. Jump to run, speed greater than 0.1 and grounded to true. Idle to talk, talk to true, and talk to idle, talk to false. The last thing that remains to be done is to attach the player script, but before doing that, go on the scripts folder and create a new one for the player and another one for the sprite shape, since I forgot to create it in the last episode. In the player folder, import the player controller 2D script. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see an in-depth video about it. Attach the script to the player and set the following values for the movement. Now go on the sidewalk sprite shape and click on the Layer tab. Select Add Layer and write Ground Soft and Ground Hard exactly as I wrote them. Click again on Sidewalk and select Ground Hard as a layer and the sorting layer to foreground. If the player doesn't show up in the game view, go to the character's game object and check the position is all set to 0. Click play and enjoy the results. It's all for this video. Like, subscribe and hit the bell button to be notified when the next episode comes out, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the journey.